3 style launcher. Something a little more decent. More decent. Wow. Okay. I also need to come up with other variants of this vehicle. .7 tons. Get this to be around that as a fuel variant. Looks kind of doable. Yeah, makes it a little overweight. Probably put monopropellant down to like half. Yeah, that makes it pretty close actually. Or what I could do, what should these things weigh? No, still too much. That makes it closer. Aerodynamics back on. Okay. I did manage to fix it. It turned out a Windows update was managing to hold 24 gigs of RAM hostage. That's very impressive to me. So, figured I'd start working on some vehicles while I waited. Get people back in. Oh, those are kind of there, kind of not. Let's kind of shrink those in a little ways. There we go. Make a fuel variant of our reliable station launcher. Does end up making this a little heavy. I have to tweak our launchers for this, but that should work pretty well. Yeah, I'm absolutely impressed. I knew there was something instantly wrong when I see a memory issue on my computer. When this one here is 32 gigs of RAM. It's usually an indicator there's something wrong. I was just mildly concerned about that one. So let's see. So let's just save that vehicle. You said it's about 7.5, almost 7.6 tons. Let's try another one. This time with regular liquid fuel. This is closer to the normal weight. So as a refueler, this actually should do pretty good. This might see more use. I do need to add enough monoprop back for this to its maneuvering, but aside from that, that should be more than enough for constantly with excess. Yep, I'm gonna save that one. I was thinking I wanted to do some new launch vehicles. Try and organize what we have. Because I think our newer series is pretty much where I want to be. I might do this maybe tomorrow and Wednesday off camera, because I think, or at least come up with stuff first, do the math first. Because I will probably not be able to stream the next 2 days, so at least I'll be able to do something. Yeah, that might be what I do then. I do have a slight gap in payload sizes that I'm unable to currently manage. Which we could always just overkill, but I like to try and cheap out wherever possible. And right now, we're averaging somewhere in the range of 1,500 credits per ton to orbit. And I want to try and keep that fairly close. Now, we do have our prospector probes on the way. I'm going to worry about those in just a second. I'm probably... Well, the refueler's not very far out in front of Minmus. I might wait till this is at Periaps. I'll come back to that. I'll come back to that thing to transfer. So I am going to focus on the prospector probe. We'll check the first one, which is only a few hours away from a moon encounter. Almost a full day from its Periaps. But I think that might be the thing to focus on. I want to get this taken care of. Alright, we can start messing with its maneuver. I might just be able to jettison this, the second stage of the rocket into the moon instead of having to release it now. Let's see if I can get away with that. How much? Yep, I can at least get in the low orbit with it. See how long we can go until the fuel runs out. Actually, pretty decent. Wow, okay. Alright. Did I transfer any fuel out of this? I guess I didn't. So we're just going to have an absurd amount of fuel, I guess. Okay. Guess I really overkilled this. Like a lot. So I'll get it aiming in position. Well, at least I know it's going to manage the Minmus transfer with no issue. If it can handle the moon this easily. I could have gone with a much more modest launcher. And that's actually one of the things. I don't launchers than our K7 right now. That it's any cheaper than the K7. K7's just a nice little sweet spot of cheap. Oh, and that's right. This prospector. That's right. I actually took the scanner off of this one and put a thermometer on. That's right. It's all coming back to me now. So we really need to land right there. Okay, that's fine. We will burn up the fuel, getting this into a suborbital trajectory. That should be fine. And then we will ever so slightly burn the other way to reorbit ourselves. Or, if I want to be smart about it, and not wasteful, go to a low orbit. Because I actually remembered to put retro boosters on this. Imagine that. I actually did what I was supposed to do. So I'm going to manually deselect. Nope. Nope. Okay. Fine then. These two. There we go. Manually deselect some of those boosters, so we don't overdo it and give it a retrograde orbit. And okay. There we go. Might as well use all we can get out of this stage. Since we're going to be aiming for a specific target. Give us a little extra fuel. Should make it a little easier in case I goof up. Which, I mean, let's be honest, we're all prepared for that. Alright. It's looking good. Perhaps is only in an hour. And circularize our orbit. That, of course, is going to use all of our fuel. But that's what we want. So I'm going to warp a little in front of that maneuver. Auto aim retrograde. We're going to burn up the last of our fuel for the first half early, very early. So I can re-aim prograde and fire those two separators. And free what was supposed to be our transfer stage that we've now completely overkilled this with. Stability assist and put that burn entirely on the maneuver node. So we're at least getting something like what we wanted, even though we're burning very, very early. Okay. Perfect. We now aim prograde. Although now actually we're at periaps, so it might actually be a good idea to throw all of these on. So, changing my mind a lot. I'm flying by the seat of my pants. Okay. Should theoretically go back and deorbit itself. Which it has. Alright, we're going to switch back to retrograde. Complete the burn. Do the little bits of course correction. Okay. Nice, stable orbit. Now that actually sets us up pretty good for this this landing zone. Let's see how dramatically we could just dead stop this with our absurd fuel. Quite easily, apparently. In fact, I think if we wanted to absolutely dead stop it, I think that's not even a problem. So, yeah. Overkill? Yes. But sometimes that's fun. So we're going for that temperature scan. Note we're going to end up burning a little bit early because the rotation of the moon was still continuing as we were heading towards our maneuver node. Alright, 11 seconds away. We're going to start our burn. Okay, so we basically accomplished more or less a dead stop. It'll give me an idea of where we're actually heading. Okay, so we need to go a little bit this way. So the trick is to make sure our prograde is right on top of that marker. At least that's what I'm assuming. I've never actually tried to do it this way because I usually don't have the absurd amount of fuel that I have right now. So I'm just kind of rolling with it. Just a little bit more that way. That's looking pretty spot on. Just keep it moving. Yeah, that's like dead on. Alright, now we aim retrograde. And what is our CurbNet telling us? We can now use CurbNet, get an idea of what the altitude of the ground is below us. .58. 2.58 is the altitude that we want to brake at. Try and get a little closer to a suicide burn this time. I never have the confidence to try these. Missions were landing on the dark side of the moon. It's probably not the way we should be doing this. So, about every seconds of burn, if I'm remembering correctly. $10 seconds would then be 2,500. Okay. Kind of get an idea of what I'm totally just doing math on the back of a napkin kind of mentality here. We're going quite fast towards the ground. I can see it coming up very fast. So we're going to have about a 15-second burn. So we're going to wait until we're about 5,000 meters. Then we start full throttle. Okay, full throttle. I overdid it. That's fine. I have so much fuel on this stage, I really don't care. .58 is our number, so 2,580 meters. Whoop, overdid it. Turn your way back. Turn your way back, buddy. Why is it doing this? Oh, because it stopped tracking retrograde, that's why. I got going to. Oops. It derped a little bit. It's alright. It's, How do we want to solve this? Yeah, there we go. So the guy should have enough force to right itself. Maybe without the landing legs deployed? Yeah. Okay. Just roll yourself away from the booster. Stand yourself of having light probes. There we go. Okay. Probably the craziest way I've ever attempted to land on the moon. Trying to right ourselves just a little bit. Oops. There we go. There we go, it's a little better. Okay. Now the question is, which way is the... Well, pretty much in the orbital direction, so... Down the 90 line. So we're gonna have to do a little bit of a hop here. Plenty of fuel to do that. We're just going to head a little bit this way. Probably should do this in the daytime, huh? I don't know why I always insist on doing crazy stuff. Yep, and that's why not to do that at night. It's okay. Just a single fuel tank. We're fine. Same trick we did before. Right ourselves. Legs back out. Yeah, we're fine. Just a fuel tank. Yeah, I'll come back to that when it's daytime, I guess. Just make sure we're burning through this fuel first so we don't stay so close to the center of mass, though, so I don't think it's going to be a big deal. I don't know. Redundancy! Huzzah for redundancy. Down here where the actual zone is that we're supposed to be going to as well. Well, from daylight. What else is going on around here? Prospector, probe's still a long way away. Yeah, let's just time warp. Oh, we're heading into the night side. Okay, that's quaint. Ooh, and then before I keep time warping and doing this, let's hibernate this. So we don't waste battery, because we were wasting battery. Yeah, my big mistake was trying to land with that extra booster section. Really didn't need to. I mean, granted, they could have just not taken off towards our target zone at night, but if I was actually landing at the target zone in the first place, we would have been kind of well off. Yep, other prospectors still not quite making it. So we're good. Get a little daytime adventure. And we still need to rescue our lander in Mimus orbit, actually. Maybe I should make something once I take care of this. Alright, so as I said, heading down the 90 line. This time I can actually see where we're going, which is an optimal situation. Turn off the hibernation. Whoop, okay, wait. Wait, little guy. Go that way. Why is it drifting? Oh, of course, because of the unbalanced weight distribution. That's why it's drifting. That would be why it's drifting. Okay, we're now entering that zone, so we're going to full throttle brake, I guess, is not going to be a good idea. Let's just partial throttle brake. Okay. Alright. Alright, we're good. Lopsided lander. Once we get through all the fuel, it won't be so bad. So I won't on this bit of it. Because if I do it, it's going to tip the craft too much. Gently put it down. So just very lightly applying thrust. Which is actually a bit of a waste of fuel. It's like the lightest thrusted suicide burn ever. That's what we're doing right now. Actually look like it's going to slow down to exactly where we want it to be for the actual landing. Yep, that's basically exactly what just happened. That was nice. Actually came out pretty good. So now we can do a temperature scan. Huzzah! And then it's off to zone Gamma, which is just back the way we just were. Okay. Okay. Alright, Kerbal. Just head back the other way again. Trying to fight the craft's desire to go out of control here. coast for a little bit. So as soon as we see that, we're good to go. Yep. Cool. Okay, we're in the zone. Basically, like I said, right where we landed. Take two. Yeah, I did a little too much that time. As I said, thankfully this has a ton of fuel. Oop, too much. Too much. There you go. There you go, little probe. Boink. Oop, left the thrust on. Boink. Alright. Alright, now we need to go to another spot. No idea why Gamma's before Delta. That's kind of weird. Is that how it's supposed to be? I don't think that's right. And now we need to go Lunar North. Let's go this way. Yep. And this is the same design lander I've got on the way to Minmus to do our surveying. Except instead of the temperature scanner, it's actually going to have the ground surveyor. Okay, yep. There we go. We want to decelerate and land in this zone. Curb net to see what our altitude is. Kilometers is where the ground is. For the record, this is an inefficient way to do this. As I said, the suicide burn is the most efficient way, like a true full-powered suicide burn. The reason behind that is the longer you're hovering, the more time you're using your thrust to fight the force of gravity instead of actually stopping yourself at the surface, if that makes any sense. Just think about it, if you want to just hover in place, you're going to burn fuel, right? So you're kind of just suffering for every second you make yourself hover. All right. Another good landing. Yes! Contract complete. Hello. Not bad. Not bad at all. Considering the amount of crap we did. Actually transfer this fuel over, I think. Alright. Pretty cool. Give a hoot. Don't pollute. Landed on the moon last night for the first time. Awesome. Yeah, it's very good the first time. I was hoping to actually turn back and hit this thing, by the way. That's what that last minute give a hoot, don't pollute comment was about. Alright, mission complete. Yep, I know. Catastrophic failure. It says catastrophic failure, but I think it doesn't realize I intended that and I wanted that. That was pretty good. Hey, we got science out of that, too. Nice. Build a new orbital station around the Mun. Alright, let's see what it says. 5 Kerbals. Put an engineer on the station. Ugh. I hate when I have to put somebody actually on it. Ooh, wait a minute. New contracts over here as well. Oh, yes. Mission to deliver ore. How would I go about landing that? 500 units seems like a lot. Oh, and I see an opportunity here. Bring a newly discovered Class D asteroid into an orbit around the moon. So any Class D asteroid. So I think, right, I'm looking orbital station around moon. Newly discovered Class D asteroid around moon. I think we're going to have an orbital mining facility here. Orbital asteroid mining facility. Yeah, I think that's going to be what we do right there. As for this one, yes. As for that one, also yes. And the good news, that gives us 551 science, means we can unlock metamaterials and get our larger clampotrons. That went well. 1 science left. All right. Now we're talking. Still another prospector probe. Finally at Periaps with the refueler. So we're going to bring this sucker back around. Oh, this has made me a happy, happy man. So this is actually what we're using for our tow vehicle at the moment. So we're not going to necessarily worry about getting it back to the station. We're just going to get it into a low curve in orbit so we can recover any new modules we want to launch and bring them off to the Moon station. Which actually we're going to be probably replacing a lot of station parts pretty soon. Having these better versions of them with the larger docking ports. Actually, you know what? For my own sanity. Oh, we are at an inclination. Okay, yeah, never mind. We're fine. I was gonna say maybe you should leave it at a higher or impact the station, but we're at a different inclination, so the chances of them really hitting each other are nil. So, not gonna worry about that. Still have Orbiter 3 to try and deorbit. That thing bugs me. Stray capsule left. It says we have 4 capsules, but I don't see 4 capsules. Am I missing there? Oh, there's some closer in. Well, which are those? Oh, cleanup probe. It's not really a capsule. Bad idea ship is a piece of junk that needs to be deorbited. This is... Huh? I have a capsule in the water. Apparently. What's going on there? Oh, it's actually the core. Okay, the electronic core. Somehow survived an impact. Alright. We're just finding all kinds of weird things today. Today is a weird day. Hey, extra funds. Nice. See if that cleanup probe managed to wrestle its way to the bad idea ship. How much fuel do I still have on this? Oh, this is the one that's holding contract recovery. So I can't use this one. But I am going to reflag this as a probe, as it's supposed to be. Not supposed to be a capsule. I don't know why it was showing that way. Should have other cleanup probes around. I think this is the one that was broken. Was supposed to deorbit on its own. Never did. Yep, that's exactly what it is. So this one... no electric charge. It's uncontrollable. But... why isn't it burning up? This Periaps is in the atmosphere. It's actually very far in the atmosphere. What is going on there? I guess just time warp it. Fueler, okay. I don't want to warp to next maneuver. Maneuver's already gone. Fine. How come it didn't time warp? It doesn't let me delete maneuvers. Okay, fine. Manual time warp. Okay. This is, again, reinforcing my theory. I think everything just goes on rails when you're not having it selected. Because at the altitude, this has been just sliding past the atmosphere. It should have burned up by now. At least I would think so. This might still have enough velocity to escape the atmosphere, if it doesn't burn up. But it seems to be kind of wobbling in such a way that it doesn't let anything get too overheated. Okay, it's back on ascent. Yeah, this might actually have enough velocity. That might not be backing up my on-rails theory. It might just really have enough energy to keep doing this. Yep, it's about to get back up to 50,000 meters, where it shouldn't be decelerating as quickly. Huh! That just gives me a really crazy idea, actually. Instead of flying a plane around for those atmospheric scans, wonder if I can make something like this. It's got a really high apogee and perigee just barely in the atmosphere, and just have it dip into the atmosphere and back at different biomes. Wow, I'm kind of amazed by this. What about other cleanup probes? It's my relay network. It's the refueler. That's orbiter 3. Wow. I mean, we got a lot of space junk. Like this one, which amazingly hasn't deorbited either. Hang on. I'm just going to watch stuff till it deorbits. That's going to be the thing for today, I guess. If we're going to be time warping till our stuff shows up. Anyway. I went offline. Really? Did I now? Hang on. Nope, I'm not offline, so... Okay. Today is a very weird day. Things could just stop being so weird. Today would be absolutely lovely. This is another one that I feel like should have already deorbited. It's not even to its periaps yet, yeah. Yeah, this one's going to deorbit, I think. I just want to see their... Tired of seeing all the space junk. Almost. Almost. Looks like the perigee's keeping in front of it now. Yeah. Yes, deorbit. I feel like some of this other debris should be deorbiting as well. Like all this low orbit stuff needs to all get cleaned up. Because that could be potentially destructive. Yes! This one's definitely deorbiting. On this pass. So I guess I'm stuck watching it because we're in atmosphere. It's going to be a boring stream if this is what I have to watch. Like, I feel bad about this being this boring. And I'm a boring man. I usually like boring things. But yeah, one of the things I was thinking of doing, and I'll probably do tomorrow, because I don't think I'm going to be able to stream tomorrow or Thursday. I think I might just kind of jot down some of the numbers that go along with my K18. Because I do like, between that and the K24, I like their flight path. I like their flight pattern. So I might try and just more closely replicate that with a whole series of vehicles. And kind of build them on paper, so to speak. So that when I come back on... Wait, today's Monday, so it'll be Tuesday and Wednesday I'm not streaming. I don't know why I said Thursday. So when I come back on Thursday, I'll be able to just throw them together to match my math and then give them a shot. And again, the idea will be to keep the cost as low as possible. Preferably less than 1,600 credits per ton to orbit. It might be hard with the lighter vehicles to get that. And the K-24 goes all the way down to, I think, 1,450 credits per ton to orbit. It might be less than that. Go back to regular speed. Why does it look like this is heading directly for the KSC? Am I the only one that's seeing this? This does heading for the KSC. I had zero control over this for days and days and days. Okay, I think it's gonna fly over. I think it's... Yeah, it's gonna fly over. It's got to. Yeah, it's gonna go over. It's gonna go over. Okay. Freaked me out there for a second. If this had just gone around on an uncontrolled orbit for weeks and just happened to directly pinpoint hit, I wouldn't even be mad, really. But yeah, we're way overshooting, actually. This is just not losing altitude very quickly. It's almost got like a flight characteristic to it then. Almost got like some lifting surface. Maybe just because it's empty, it's light. Who knows? This has got to be the most gradual re-entry ever. Like, we get it. You're re-entering. There you go. I think this really does have some lifting surface to it. I know what this is missing. This is missing something. I don't know if I can get to it in time. Don't know if I can get to it in time. Oh my god, I don't think I can. I don't think I can. I don't think I can. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. We're not gonna make it. We're not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. Okay, last few seconds of Flight of the Bumblebee. Alright, now. You have more debris. I get a second shot. I don't know why this debris just stays in orbit if it's constantly passing through the atmosphere. And that's another very similar piece of debris. Actually had a little bit of fuel left on it too. Is this one fully deorbited yet? Does not look like it. I think it's already passed its perigee as well. This one would be another couple orbits. Possibly just one more orbit. Oh no, it's actually going down fairly quick. It's just silly. It's like just teasing me here. His orbit is almost completely inside the atmosphere now. Oh, and it's back out of the atmosphere. Almost. Yep, there it is. Alright. That's cool and all. Sure we're not missing anything important. No. No, we're good. Oh yeah, this is gonna be the one. This is gonna be the pass. This is how I handle days being weird. Alright, almost. 2. Wow, what the heck? Almost there. There we go. Classical music is beautiful because it's all royalty free. Most of it is, anyway. Let's see. It's pretty dark. And I feel better now. Yep, don't want to autosave, thank you. Tracking station. God, I hope that's the end of those. There's any of those that are clearly breaking through the atmosphere and have apogees up, I'm probably going to terminate them. Let's see, this one This one stays in orbit. So that's fair. I have to deorbit that one fair and square. Same with this one. This one dips into the atmosphere. Let's fly it real quick just so I see what it is before I cancel it. Because it's out of atmosphere, I can switch back out of it. Just to make sure it's not something I misflagged. Definitely not. More junk. So I'm going to delete that one in Tracking Center. So we don't have to do another repeat. Since it is undeniably going to off itself in the atmosphere, and probably should have already. I think I am going to go ahead and do that to the cleanup probe as well that I know is clipping through the atmosphere. Because as fun as that all is, I'm tired of looking at it. Let's see. This one stays in atmosphere, or out of atmosphere. This one stays out of atmosphere. This one dips into the atmosphere. So we're going to terminate that. Yep. Okay. Still have a cleanup probe that has not deorbited itself when it absolutely should have. We're going to terminate that. I usually don't like to use this terminate option. You can use it on anything, but I don't know. I feel like it's cheating. Unless it's already going to deorbit itself, I don't like to do that. Any other debris out there that's... That one stays high up. That one stays high up. That one just... That one as well. Also evil. That one's in high orbit. That one's in high orbit. Yeah, it looks like that's it for the ones that I can justify. Of course, this one's on its way back, but that one is going to smash into Kerbin, so I don't have to worry about that one. This one is also going to stay in high orbit. Wow, I really goofed up on some of the space debris, huh? Anywho. Something like that. Actually. Let's see. Broken craft file, okay. Is that supposed to be a broken craft file? Alright. Well, it looks fine to me. This might actually be what I want to use. Second docking port. that overkill? That might be overkill. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not that. Core. We're just gonna go for cool factor. We're not gonna do this to be the most wonderfully efficient thing ever. Symmetry does help us plan a little bit. Symmetry is sometimes a good thing. Makes it very easy to balance monoprop, for example. Which we do need to still put monoprop tanks on here. And we need to do the same right here. Okay. Ooh, and we need batteries, so that'll help level this out a little bit as well. Symmetry. Symmetry is good. Symmetry good for Steve. Okay. Symmetry, good for Steve. Then, it's a little easier. I would have to shrink those in, I think. Yeah, I would have to go too far to make those actually work. Although, you know what? It actually doesn't look that bad right there, does it? Huh. That looks pretty good. Same thing right here. It's kind of neat looking. There's only one trick I need to figure out to use for engines. Spider, maybe? I hate using the spider, because it's not very efficient. And the twitch isn't any better. It is a little more capable in the thrust department, but... And these are crazy loud. It gets annoying, doesn't it? What if I... heavy is this getting? Actually, not too bad. Not too bad at all. We can do that. Okay, that's cool and all, but that's still not going to work. We need... engine plate. +1. All right. Okay. Then we can do spark. Just the bare version. Spark. Well, let's only put them on this side. I only really need it to go one direction. Okay, looks pretty good. I basically just recreated the same freaking craft I have anyway. Whatever. It's our crazy looking tow vehicle. Now we can have a T18 decoupler. Get a shroud. Classy. Change that out for... I have all the different shell sizes now. That's kind of cool. Better. Okay, now we can deorbit that. Stage below. Use a K12. Actually, have a chance of getting this to all the way to Minmus. Now I gotta fix these atrocious staging options here. So we need main. Nope, don't need that. Don't need that. Main, towers, gimbal engines, boosters. Okay, yeah. Then we need cut off the second stage, or cut off the boosters to the core stage, which is right here. Right. Now we need second stage cut off. Third stage engine. Okay, this doesn't belong to that. So, bam. That's still a launch vehicle. And we need these to this one. That one we disable staging. We add this after booster cut off, and then these engines activate. Bingo. Okay. Okay. Cat is attacking my microphone. Anything else I'm missing? Alright, once again, another light payload that we'll be launching with a K-12. So I'm going to keep throttled down somewhat. In fact, I could probably almost go not even firing the main stage until we eject boosters, but I'm just going to give it a little bit of throttle. Stick to a third throttle. Yeah, that was apparently going a little too light on throttle, so we're going to hit full throttle. That was overcompensating, I think. Ditch those boosters. Yeah, now we're decelerating. So that was definitely a bad call. Oh, and... okay, we're top heavy. Okay. Okie doke. This might be our first failure of the K-12 right here. Oh, okay. They seem to have recovered it somewhat. We are accelerating again. Okay. No, just a totally casual somersault. That was one way to do it. Now, in my defense, the vehicle that this was based on, the Delta 3, had very interesting failures. Some related to guidance systems for the Delta 2 segment of it not being able to compensate for the Delta 4 upper stage that was put on the Delta 3. So we're going to say that that's a similar situation. Let's say that's something similar. Totally the same thing. Actually, not looking too terrible now. oddly, oddly well off. And wow, is that, kind of crazy. Alright. Excellent. Let's get it to orbit. Which, okay, yeah, no, now this is showing the penalty of our insane failure here. Oh, no. Okay, we're not out of the atmosphere yet. That's why. Okay. Whew. I was going to say, I didn't think this was going to be enough to get us to orbit. But only a 22-second burn's pretty good. But this is actually the engine configuration I like. I might be trying to use this on some lower lift capability rockets. Reliant and 2 thuds all jammed in there. And I enjoy that because it's got its own built-in roll control if you're doing that with the 2 thuds. So all those different issues we had, and it is still perfectly horizontal. So it never rolled as any of those crazy, horrible adjustments we had there. And there's one problem with the Bobcat. If you use the Bobcat, which is actually going to give you similar thrust, slightly less, but also it weighs lighter, so it kind of compensates, is the Bobcat can't really handle its own roll control. Just kind of lets it go crazy with roll. Pitch and yaw, it's got. Roll, no. So even though it's more expensive and heavier, I think that might be the engine configuration I use more often. In the name of simplicity. A little bit of correction there. And misses our target. So this would be an ascending node, 6.1 degrees. We need to now go down 6.1 degrees. That should be perfect. Raises our apogee. Doesn't mess with our perigee. Beautiful. So it's in 9 seconds. Or 9-second burn in 5 minutes, I should say. I'm like losing my mind tonight. So we only need to start this burn about 5 seconds away from the maneuver node. So we're just going to quickly aim to that. Punch it. A bit of correction. That should be close enough. Yep, 0-0. Now, let's figure out where we want our burn to be. And I nailed that spot on as well. Okay. Don't mind if I do. I can just aim a little ahead of it. Just go a little bit like that. And try and do that with a little less fuel. Oh, no, that's way off. So we're getting way in front of it. So I was actually doing that in reverse. I should be going this way. What am I doing wrong here? No, I don't want that damn... There we go. There, that's pretty spot on. Let's go for that one. It's going to need just a little bit of our fuel if we want to do this on the one stage. Okay. Which, of course, we do want to do this on the stage because this has all the thrust that our little craft here doesn't have. It's going to be a 30-second burn, so we're going to want to be starting the burn 15 seconds before the maneuver node. Kind of drifting out of place here. Get us realigned. Now, I could just actually fire over that way and then do the inclination change mid-course correction, and that would actually be more efficient than what I just did. So if you're looking to do that efficiently, do it that way. I'm just trying to get my maneuver nodes right, so I'm just kind of not stressing it too much in that regard. Alright. Just leave it so I can make sure it sees the sun. If I can leave this at an inclination here, or pointing at least towards an inclination change is what I'm looking for, then I can guarantee that no matter how this orbits the sun, since everything is actually coplanar, this will always have solar panels facing the sun, so I don't have to worry at all about that. I can be smart. I can be smart for a change. Surprisingly, didn't need much of this fuel, actually. So my little backflip stunt, or front flip stunt, whichever it was, kind of hurt us a little bit on the fuel. But other than that, you know, things went pretty smooth. all things considered. Now, I do need to also figure out... Oh, this might be an idea, by the way. To level the... actually, no, I don't have to worry about it. I do need to find a...
Marked.
Oop. Creating an echo. That's annoying. Can figure out if I can find a Class D asteroid. Because I do now need to figure out how on Earth I capture an asteroid. I have never done that before. We know about this one. But this is a Class C. How big is a Class D? Class D should be smaller than Class C, right? Class D large. Nope. Crap. Alright, well. Can I set Sentinel to scan specific? Where's Sentinel? What? Sentinel 2. Oh, there you are. Can I set this to scan individual objects? So now I'm excited. If I got to build the station, put an engineer on it, it might as well be a mining station. And if I got to capture an asteroid anyway and put it around the moon, I might as well put a moon mining station in place. That's Class A. That's tiny. This one's Class View and Tracking Station. Why do I want to view that in... I don't want to view that in Tracking Station. Hello. Can I aim at it? I set it as my target. Can't set it as my target. So how do I aim at it? Can I aim at it? Is that a thing? Is that not how this works? Got no idea. I've never done this. Oh, this is only mapping if it goes near Kerbin's orbit, and Kerbin is there. Okay. Alright. I'll have to figure that out eventually. I mean, I still need to get Sentinel on its correct orbit anyway. Just got a long time till that happens. Another 169 days. Of course, this thing's just a piece of junk. Huh. Oh. Yeah, I'm tired today. What other madness can I concoct for today? Creative juices are not flowing today. Try to make a new transfer vehicle for our interplanetary transfer. Now that we have some good stuff unlocked, need something that would fit under 24 tons, which actually I just realized would be much easier if I had the larger service bay. Which I do not. I do not. I might have to do that first. I might have to unlock that first. I'll see where that is. I just want to see how heavy I can really get with this. Probably only be 2 tanks if I'm going to be really throwing, you know, 4 nuclear engines on it. Which I would be throwing 4 nuclear engines on it. And of course, Delta V calculator would be for vacuum. Still really good. 5,862 meters per second of Delta V. And we'd be already at 30 tons. That's a problem. I could launch it partially unfueled. Wow. Yeah, no, if I wanted this to actually be launchable, I would need to cut it down to this. It's really not very nice. Get those warning labels out. Flammable and nuclear. Good combination. So yeah, this would have to... because that would already be heavy. And I would still need to put, like, all the control and everything else on there. Wow. Well, let's see. How much science do I need to unlock? The larger service bay. Because we still need to put even monoprop on there too. Oh, what am I doing going to the... Okay. I'm clearly tired. I'm going to cut the stream pretty soon because I'm doing stupid stuff now. There we go. Research. I think it's this one, actually. Yes, it is. Okay, so I would need the new command module update, which would be 160 That's really cheap compared to some of the stuff we've been doing lately. Advanced Metalworks, eh. Large volume containment, no point of that yet. I already have this as an experimental part. Could get some very high thrust engines here. And I think the Mastodon compares favorably. Versus, say, the mainsail. So the mainsail is what we use for the first stage of the K-24. It's 6 tons, 1379 kilonewtons of thrust at sea level with a 285 engine ISP efficiency. So again, 1379 versus 1283, so fairly close, just a little less. And it does weigh 1 ton less for a single Mastodon. 209 at sea level engine ISP. So 290 versus, what do we say? 285. So it is more efficient. It's lighter. Slightly less thrust. Those actually sounds like a pretty good combination. 1500 vacuum, 310 vacuum efficiency. Okay, so we'd lose a little bit of vacuum efficiency though. And still more thrust. But still lighter engine. And cheaper. Lighter and cheaper. Vectoring range 5. Vectoring range 2. So I'd actually get more vectoring range as well. So I should get this very soon. I should focus on getting this. Granted, it's got some other stuff too that I don't need, like vector engine, because I've already got that as an experimental for the moment. But that's the easier mission to do, so that would at least let me check that mission off and still keep it. The Rhino, which is a more vacuum efficient high thrust, which I don't get why you would need that ever. And it's heavy, so you wouldn't want it as an upper stage engine. Yeah, I don't get this one, unless maybe you're coming up with a rocket to take off from another body. I'm not sure. The Mammoth, which is just 4 of these vectors. Nothing really fancy to it. Just a cheaper version of 4 of those vectors. And we'd get our AJ-10 back. Although they did make it heavier. They did reduce the vacuum efficiency, which was the best part. It is still the best vacuum efficiency, though. And I think that does compare favorably versus the Poodle, for example. So 350 versus 380 vacuum efficiency. This weighs 1.75 tons with 250 vacuum thrust. This weighs 3.3. So actually doesn't really compare that favorably to the Poodle anymore as a second stage engine. Yeah, that's kind of tough. I don't think we need any of this yet. This would be nice though, electronics. Give us better comms as well. Actually, this might be something we need to do pretty soon too. So probably electronics, very heavy rocketry, command modules in reverse order. Well, I don't really want to time warp 4 whole days. Almost 5 full days. Yeah, I think that might be where I call it for tonight. As I said, unlike my usual speech, we do stream every night at 7 to 9 Eastern Standard Time, but tomorrow, which is Tuesday, and then Wednesday will be the exceptions. We will not be streaming those 2 days. I don't think I will be able to. But stuff down at the bottom of the screen, you can see our link for youtube.com. And as I mentioned before, other than the next 2 days, we stream pretty much every night if you want to catch the new stuff instead. So, this is nothing else to say except thanks to everyone for watching who watched, and have a great night.